on the top end after just watching a horrific crash in one of the unlimited cars.
And of course the deal, like Derek was saying, he's got to make a pass and then he's got to turn in the time slip. That's how it works. You turn in the time slip and then you get the route from the ladies up in the top of the tower.
Seen it. You definitely need to go to Tom Bailey's YouTube channel, because when I say he gets it in the face, he gets it in the face.
Like a gallon of fire retardant right in the face. It's great. It's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, and thankfully Tom has a sense of humor about the deal. And all right, so we're going to try this again. Let's see if we can make this happen. All right, now it's sounding good. Off the starting line, 104, 60 foot. Tom moving around, and we'll lay it down to the 1,000 foot and still go 624 at 188 miles an hour with the shoots out at the 1,000 foot mark. Are you kidding me?
Had the shoots out at 1,000 foot, goes a 624, 188. The thing was 411, 191 at the 8th mile. But like you said, 104, 60 foot. That car was on a pass, and it was moving around for sure. But I'll tell you what, made about, 1,400 feet out of the 1,000 feet. He was under power. Goes 624, 188.
Oh, yeah, he was moving around on it. Again, 191 miles an hour at half track. That gives you an idea just how much power that car had left. And I would be willing to make you a bet that there's a very good chance that he turns that time slip in and calls it a day and gets on the road. And that could have also been why he ran it to the 1,000 foot and got out of it, because the longer you're in it in high gear, the more heat you're putting on everything and the more you're ligging and making it hard on things. So you don't want to do anything that is going to possibly take you out of competition early. Like I said, the thing about Tom Bailey is he was one and done last year and broke on the side of the road. So I'm thinking he's probably going, yeah, 620 will get me there. So let's lay that down and that'll work. And I probably say that's going to be it. He'll probably turn. He now owns the quickest drag radial pass in history. And ladies and gentlemen, they may not even hold on very long, as look who's rolling up next. Cletus McFarland. In the El Camino, they call Mullet. And he has flown in the big gun. He's got Pete Harrell on board this week doing the tuning. And Pete, along with Rick and Cole Prospero, really bringing this car around at FL2K last year, as they were getting in the sixes, but they weren't quite where they wanted to be. And then they started putting some bigger tune-ups in it and changing up some of the stuff in the Holly system. And the car went from running in the 680s to running in the 650s. And then he got it into the 640s at World Cup. Now, again, the question is can he do it on a drag and drive? The car has a fresh motor and fresh transmission. So we'll see what he can lay down right here. On the other side, Rick Steinke in the 67 Malibu called Honk If Parts Fall Off. He's running in the little 235 Rowdy radial class. So let's see how Cletus does here. And we're also going to keep an eye on that left-hand side as well. We're ready. Both of them hooked up good, and Cletus is on a heater. Top end, right-hand side, 674 at 214 miles an hour for Mullet, and a 528 at 130 for Rick Steinke if Honk If Parts Fall Off. So Steinke staying very consistent to what he ran yesterday, 528 at 130, as he's running the 8th mile Rowdy radial class. And Cletus McFarland, 674 at 214 miles an hour. That is the best speed of the event so far. On the other hand, has been in the 7s. And so he needs to give it one more bump and gives it a big wheel stand. And Robert Williams pedaling out of the wheel stand himself. Weapon X to the finish line. 831 at 167 and a whole lot of smoke. A whole lot of smoke out of Weapon X. You're supposed to keep the smoke in, not let it out. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be on hold here for just a minute while we double check the top end, as it looks like Robert Williams' parachute is out and he is turning off the top end of the race. Pretty much declared him dead on arrival.
The license plate on the hearse, last ride.
Yes. Here comes Michael Westberg. The LS-powered big turbo S10 pickup truck. Like I said, this car is 650 capable. He did it last year. This is his last tour in the U.S. with this car. His first pass, he shook his fillings out. Let's see what he does here. Front end in the air, 104, 60 foot. Hang on to it, Michael. Get it out the back door. 656 at 209 for Michael Westberg. fourth, 23 at 171 a half track. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. How about that? A couple of mid 6-second passes within a couple of pairs. Now we're getting somewhere. He wants to make sure that he can actually get from A to B here. Now he's in. A lot of tire shake. Look at him drive through with the front end in the air at 300 feet. Little bit of smoke coming out of it. 659 at 210 miles an hour for Stefan Gustafsson. Ladies and gentlemen, back to back, 650 passes. Now we're landing. Possibly another 6-second car on the premises. We're going to prove it in just a minute. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, a multi-time or number 2 or 3 finisher in drag and drive. So we got a couple of real good hot rods coming to the starting line in the Camaro versus Mustang battle. Let me tell you about the combatants. It's Aaron Schaefer coming up left-hand side. Single turbocharged LS-powered 98 Camaro Super Sport. It is a true SS, and he is looking for an 8.50 time slip. This is a 2-time drag and drive champion. He finished number 2 last year in the street race category. He'd like to trade that for number 1. On the opposite side, that's Brett LaSalla at a Real Street Performance. The car he calls Snot Rocket 2.0. This is his first drag and drive with this car, and during World Cup and FL2K, this car has gone 660s. So we'll see what he can do right here. Clean and green, and we are off. Brett LaSalla, 112.60 foot. Another 6-second pass on the way, 652 at 212 miles an hour for Brett LaSalla. Against the 2002 Mustang. And Borgren on a hit, 113 for the Volvo. Can he make it to the finish line? 749 at 168. That thing probably has a lot left in it considering it's been 670s. The white car on the left-hand side, he is running in the L category. That is the street race category, so this is an 850 limited car. Meanwhile, over on the right-hand side, that is Sean Lewis, 1963 model Chevy, too. Car was put together at KSR. This is a twin-turbo LS. The twin-turbo LS out there doing work. 771, 178 miles an hour for Lewis. 955 at 145 for the Monte Carlo. But again, a lot of smoke top end. The Fuel Tech supported turbocharged Ford Mustang. He is looking for 8.50 out of this hot rod. He ran in the 830s yesterday. The hood coming off the Nova. And an 831 at 160 miles an hour for Mike Cataline. And unfortunately, I do not believe he's going to be able to turn that in. But a 121.60 foot, 530 to the 8th mile at 130 for Cataline. That is a good pass, but unfortunately, it is too quick for his cage certification. And unfortunately, also, for Jay Grabiak, that beautiful Nova just shed its hood. Carl Stansel and Jeff Oppenheim going down the racetrack. Look it out, here goes the S10 one more time as it looks like he might have lifted the cylinder heads. And Jeff Oppenheim getting out of the gas, and I'll tell you what, Carl just breathed a sigh of relief there because this happened to him last year. He lifted the cylinder head in almost the same spot in Gainesville, and the truck got underneath its own water and went head first into the wall for a 9-second pass. He will line up with the ZL1 powered El Camino of Audrey Peeler. Yeah, this has got the driveline out of Tom's 2010 model ZL1, 982 at 137, and I'll pickup truck. Here comes Tina Pierce, the big block twin, 1966 Chevy Nova. 116 to the 60 foot, 471 at the 8th mile, and the top end says 724, 193 miles an hour for Tina Pierce. And he's going to roll it in. Big Colin G go wheels up the Camaro also, going wheels up off the starting line. And it'll cost Colin G as he goes 574 at 132. The Camaro going 937 at 137. Is Steven Brodnick. Brodnick on a heater, 115, 60 foot left side. Can he get a 6 out of it? Top end says 708 at 198 for the little Toyota. 959 at 139 for the Lamont. This This is Richard Flint, little LS infused Honda S2000 over on the right-hand side. Left-hand side out of the Cletus McFarland camp, this is Jimmy Tall, Jack Stan Jimmy behind the wheel of the 1988 Mustang known as McFlurry. It's got a twin-turbo Godzilla and a 5-speed Lingo Bruno combination. Cars only need one pass, and this is in second. He legs it to the 8th mile at 5:25 and out the back door. 8:25 at 1:56 for the twin-turbo Godzilla power plant on only its second run. Ladies and gentlemen, how about that? I mean, Cletus landed right. Eric Yost sends it Oh, look out for Eric Yost, and a great job of saving it there. As the car started to get loose, it came over in the opposite lane, and Yost drives beautifully out of it. I mean, are you kidding me? Talk about a wheelman. Put your hands together. Yost did a great job saving that run. That could have ended bad.